We often assume intelligence is about test scores, degrees, or the ability to solve equations quickly. But psychology paints a much more interesting picture. Real intelligence often shows up in tiny habits, the way you think, how you respond to situations, what you notice, and what you question. And many people who do these things don't even realize they're displaying traits linked to high cognitive ability. Today, we're going to explore some of the most surprising psychological signs of high intelligence, signs you might see in yourself without ever knowing what they really mean. You overthink, but not in a destructive way. Many people assume overthinking is always negative, but there is a difference between anxious rumination and intelligent reflection. People with higher reasoning abilities tend to pause before acting. They let ideas sit in their mind. They analyze situations from different sides, not because they're scared, but because their brain naturally wants clarity. Psychologists call this cognitive reflection, the ability to question your first instinct instead of reacting impulsively. You may recognize this in yourself. You replay situations not to stress about them, but to understand them. You think about what could happen before making a decision. You ask yourself, why did I react that way? Or is there a better approach? This isn't insecurity. It's mental depth. Your mind prefers accuracy over speed. And that's a trait strongly linked to higher problem-solving ability. You stay curious about almost everything. Some people outgrow curiosity. Highly intelligent people rarely do. You may find yourself going down random research rabbit holes, reading about topics completely unrelated to your job, asking questions that other people overlook, wondering how things work even when it doesn't benefit you. Psychologists call this openness to experience, a personality dimension associated with creativity, learning, and imagination. It explains why intelligent minds rarely get bored, because the world itself constantly feeds them new ideas. You may notice that conversations feel richer when they involve new concepts, theories, or unfamiliar perspectives. You're not scattered, you're intellectually hungry. You talk less, but understand more. Many intelligent people aren't the loudest in the room. They're the ones quietly watching, noticing, and piecing together information while others speak. You might catch small details in someone's tone that reveal what they're really feeling. You may notice patterns or contradictions that others miss. You may analyze the emotional atmosphere of a room almost instantly. This style of communication is associated with active observation, a form of intelligence that blends emotional awareness with analytical thinking. You're not quiet because you have nothing to say. You're quiet because your brain is processing more than you can express at once. You doubt yourself sometimes, but in a healthy way. Here's one of the strangest signs of intelligence. Smart people question their own knowledge. This is known as intellectual humility, the awareness that no matter how much you know, there is always more to learn. You may find yourself thinking, I know a bit about this, but I could be wrong. Let me check before I assume. I still have a lot to learn. People with lower cognitive ability often believe they know more than they actually do, a bias called the Dunning-Kruger effect. But intelligent people understand the limits of their knowledge, which ironically makes them more accurate thinkers. This self-awareness is not insecurity. It's mental maturity. You enjoy solitude and deep thought. Highly intelligent people often find comfort in being alone, not because they dislike others, but because solitude gives their mind space. In quiet moments, an intelligent mind reflects, creates, plans, imagines, processes emotions, solves problems. A fascinating study in the British Journal of Psychology found that intelligent individuals often feel less satisfied with constant socializing. Their brains become overstimulated in environments with too much noise or shallow conversation. If you find peace in stillness or clarity in spending time alone, it's not weird. It's a sign your mind operates at a deeper level. You connect ideas in unusual ways. Many smart people create surprising links between unrelated topics. You might suddenly draw a comparison between science and philosophy, or between something you saw years ago and a problem you're dealing with today. This ability to connect distant ideas is called associative thinking. It's the foundation of creativity and innovative problem solving. You might notice that you come up with your best ideas while walking, while showering, while doing nothing at all. That's your brain integrating information in the background. You're never fully satisfied with simple answers. If someone explains something quickly, you want more depth. You want to know the why, not just the what. You might find yourself researching after conversations, reading the fine print, or looking for complete understanding when others settle for surface-level explanations. This is a sign of deep reasoning, a trait associated with higher intelligence. Your mind prefers truth over convenience. You learn faster than you realize. Intelligent people often underestimate how quickly they absorb information. You might find that you understand concepts after hearing them once. Pick up new skills quickly. Make connections without effort. Remember details others forget. This isn't luck, it's the brain's ability to encode and organize information efficiently. You think long-term, even when others don't. Higher intelligence minds naturally imagine future consequences. They think about how today's actions affect tomorrow's possibilities. You may plan ahead. Reflect on decisions. Avoid impulsive actions. Think about how your choices impact your goals. This type of foresight is a cognitive skill linked to smart decision-making. You feel things deeply even if you don't show it. Emotional depth often correlates with intellectual depth. You may experience emotions intensely, not because you're fragile, but because you process things more thoroughly. Your empathy might be stronger. Your intuition sharper. Your ability to sense the mood of a room almost immediate. This emotional intelligence often complements your analytical ability. The truth about intelligence: you don't need straight A grades or advanced degrees to be highly intelligent. True intelligence is a blend of curiosity, awareness, reflection, emotional sensitivity, and the willingness to grow. If you overthink productively, stay curious, observe deeply, doubt yourself in a healthy way, enjoy solitude, connect ideas creatively, crave understanding, feel deeply, you're not strange or different. Your mind simply works on a more complex level. And the more you understand this, the easier it becomes to use your intelligence to build a more meaningful life.